what's up, everybody? It's Huntley, season 24 winner of The Voice, and I'm here with Rob on Front Row Live.
Huntley, what's up, man? Congratulations. Season 24 winner of The Voice. This season was just another incredible season. The challenge was tough this season, but you came through all the way. I want to talk about just, from the beginning to now, like, when did you start believing that this was your opportunity?
You know, um, uh, I really felt like, this was my opportunity, kind of from the beginning. I came here and it was such a humbling experience because this talent this season, no disrespect to any season ever before, but I've never seen like the amount of artistry that was this season. I think America felt that way too. And it was such a power struggle, I think, between all of us, like even from the top 24, to getting to the, 12, to the 9, to the 5. I mean, it was kind of like a toss up, it felt like the whole time. But I think that all of us just really wanted to create great moments out there. And it was really important for us to become like the best season ever. And not one of us was like, oh, I'm going to win or I'm going to win this. And that's why all of us really did bond, because we all leaned on each other at some point in this competition. And I think it really showed through.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible throughout. Like I felt like there was more chemistry between everyone, more of a friendship, but also like rooting each other on, which was pretty awesome to see. Now, as far as like the judges goes, you got a four chair turn, and I'm curious like what it was about Niall that you chose to be with him. Obviously you got to win with him, but like what drew your attention to wanting to work with Niall?
Yeah, so actually it was crazy, man. I actually had a dream the week leading up that my daughter came up on stage, and I could see the four blurred people up there, and I was torn between all the coaches, like to start with. At first I wanted John, and then I wanted Gwen, and then I wanted Reba, and then my daughter picked Niall, and the day before the blind, she was talking about Niall all day long, and I was like, oh man, she like might pick Niall. I didn't even think about that. And I have so much respect for him. I mean, the dude's touring like 30 countries while still being a coach on The Voice and sending me emails and texts. I mean, the guy's a badass. I'm sorry, but like he is that he's killing it. But I whispered in my daughter's ear when she got up there. I said, I just want you to remember all the nice things the coaches said about their dad, and I want you to pick from your heart. And but she was going to pick Niall from the beginning, and I think it was the best choice of both our lives, because I think that the songs that he chose, especially towards the end, really I got to show every facet of my voice, and I really appreciate that.
That's really cool. Stella definitely changed your life.
Oh yeah, she's changed. Her and my son have changed my life since I mean, literally, that's why I'm so passionate every time I'm out there, because I know it looks like a guy who's following his dream, and they're happy tears, definitely, that I'm accomplishing them, but my kids, are changing so fast right now that, like, every time that, I've gone through a level where I get to go back, to kind of a different kid that I'm going back to. My son's talking in full sentences now. It's kind of crazy, so it's just a lot of sacrifice that, like, it's really hard to give that perspective to people. And I think the show really, it caught me off guard, because, everyone says how they appreciate how vulnerable that I let myself be on the show, but it was really hard not just to, just take it in and realize that, how much I really am sacrificing to be here, and how much my support system back home is sacrificing for me to be here.
Yeah, I mean, you've quoted it before. You've had your ups, you've had your downs, you've been kicked and knocked around, but you're still holding on. And that's such an incredible thing to kind of like
You just gave
be
me
able to
chills, man. I
see.
appreciate that, dude.
Like you wrote that in your song, but like we got to watch this live every night. And throughout every performance, like I saw you evolve even more. Um, During this process, which song would you say that like really challenged you vocally to be able to nail like during the performance?
I would say this past week in general was the hardest. I think, just to happen to take in, not only, the coach's performance, a ballad and an upbeat song, but also having to learn the Barbie song, I forget, I can't even remember who sings that song, but the dance the night away song while also learning choreograph, which I think your boy did pretty all right. Dancing off the stage. I got to flip my hair. But I think it was just crazy. And Niall once again picked a song that I didn't know, which happened to be, I think, the song that really did it in. Another love showed a really whole another side of my voice that people didn't even really think I had, and I think I surprised a lot of people. Kind of like how I did when I sang with Mac and Lila, doing a T Swift song. So I think that doing that song, and then also he let me do Higher at the end, and it kind of was like it was really crazy to get, you know, to end the season with I think one of the most powerful songs ever written, and the meaning of it. You know what I mean? Like when dreaming, I'm taken to a world, like a different place. You know what I mean? And that's literally like that's what this dream does to me. Is like when I'm on that stage, like I'm really taken to like kind of this euphoric place where I kind of just live at.
I can't imagine what it's like being there on that stage and like having, you have so many moments going on, whether it's like, oh my gosh, there's so many people watching me, or oh my gosh, I'm in a competition, or like, wow, I'm really living this moment. How were you able to kind of keep yourself like composed throughout this process, and especially like learning how to be able to control your voice, because you have such an incredible voice, as everyone has told you, and I'm sure you already know.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Well, I mean, I think the thing for me, man, is the more prepared you are for anything, and more time the honest time, like you got to put honest time into working on it. I think is the most important thing. And I think the more hard work you put into it first, you can rest your voice. And then, you know what I mean? Really, get connected to the song, and you have to make a connection to the song, because if there's no drive behind it and you're only singing words, the audience isn't going to believe it. And as much as people say that, I have, a great voice, I'm definitely far from perfect. And I think some of those imperfections, come across when I'm just trying to connect to people. And I think that as humans, we really like that, just like Eddie Vedder, or, Chris Cornell, or, Joe Cocker. I don't think that people would say they were perfect singers, but great voices for sure. And I think that for me as well, I never get nervous. I get really excited and I have to breathe because I'm so pumped. Like when I hear an audience, it's like I'm going into like Gladiator, like, are you not entertained? And that's like how I felt like at the end of Higher, man. Like literally, it was like all my dreams and moments were like rising to that time. And dude, when I got to the top, it was just like I felt like that Gladiator moment, like, are you not entertained? Like, let's go. And it was just like a moment of like all the naysayers and people that try to push me into the dark, or who aren't really brushed the right way with my personality. I'm a lot, and I'm what you see on camera is me off camera. Like I've always just been myself. And but I think that me just being honest and genuine also with my who I am and in my music just has come across that way. And I think America agrees that the industry needs something that's genuine.
We need Huntley. That's what it is.
Hey, let's go.
During your experience in the rehearsal with Niall for every single performance, how did he allow you to, this is gonna be like a triple question, but like how did he allow you to kind of step out of that comfort zone, but also just become more confident in yourself during this process?
I would definitely say that confidence has never been my issue. I mean, I know I can sing. Everyone, if you're here on this competition, I mean, and you made it past blinds, you can sing. Everyone, there's people that didn't make it past blinds that can sing. But I think that one thing that he really helped me do is have patience with a song, and really tell the story first, and then I can use that power later. But he also always reminds me of how dynamic my voice is, and to mix that in through the song, that it's really important to make the connection present to the audience as well as myself. So opening my eyes and looking at the audience, and those little things. Or even like during our duo, he's like, yo, we got to look at each other when we're like playing. And it's just like he just reassures me that me just being naturally myself on stage without having to concentrate, or just like, I can feel the song naturally, and be vulnerable, just like how I am as a person. And I think it came across, especially during our duo. That was awesome. That was cool.
Incredible, man. Well, I'm super excited for you. I'm excited to see what 2024 brings for you. To close us out, you blessed us last year with Holding On as your debut single. We got to experience a vulnerable side, many vulnerable sides from you this season. So I'm curious, like moving forward with new material, can we maybe expect you opening up more to your audience in your lyrics and in your music?
Yeah, I definitely think that with this platform that I've been given, that it's going to give me an opportunity to show a lot of these songs that I've been just collecting for over a decade. That I've just been writing my heart out, and I might not be in some of those same places now, but I think that I know that there's some 19-year-old kid, that's got his first no, that is looking for a song that's going to touch his heart, to make him feel like he can still keep on pursuing his dream. And I know there's some kid in Nashville right now that is too proud to call his family for help, that's trying to follow this dream, that's sleeping in a bush or on a park bench, trying to just sing his heart out because the dream means that much to him.
Wow, that gave me chills. Um, dude, well, I'm like I said, I'm super excited about you. I'm looking forward to seeing how you kind of make 2024 become more of a reality, more of a dream for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Thanks, man.
Congratulations with winning season 24 of The Voice, man.
I appreciate it, man. It's crazy to see you saying it, dude. It's nuts, man. I got to stay off Google today, bro. I'm like, no
Yeah.
way is this real.
Yeah, stay away from that. Focus on that show that you have this weekend, that game.
Yeah, the show's not over. I still have to worry about a live show.
There you go.